Thank you, Sheriff. The DeKalb County Sheriff's Office announces the arrest of Jonathan D. Hurst, a male white, 2/13 of 69. He's 51 years of age, formerly of 1446 North Wells Street in Chicago, and currently residing at 457 Lloyd Place in Cincinnati, Ohio. He was taken into custody on Monday, February 24th, just after 4 p.m. Central Standard Time, with the assistance of the Cincinnati, Ohio Police Department. Currently, he's being held at the Hamilton County Jail, where he's awaiting extradition back to Illinois, where he will face 2 counts of first-degree murder. On August 15th, 2016, just before 6 p.m., the Sheriff's Office responded to 16058 Old State Road in rural Sycamore, where Patricia Wilson, 85 years of age, and her son, Robert Wilson, 64 years of age, were found deceased inside of the residence from blunt force trauma. Investigators determined that the homicides occurred during the late evening hours of August 14th, 2016. In your package, you were given a timeline of the events that occurred that have transpired over this investigation, so you have that for your reference as well. During the course of this investigation, more than 1,300 leads have been developed and followed up on, as well as several search warrants for items such as video, DVD recordings, phone records, and the victim's house. This crime had a significant amount of physical evidence that was collected by investigators while processing the crime scene. We've worked closely with the Illinois State Crime Lab, who have done an excellent job analyzing and processing this evidence. From that evidence, a complete DNA profile was obtained from within that crime scene, which allowed investigators to use this profile, and along with other investigative techniques, several persons of interest throughout the course of this investigation were able to be eliminated as suspects. Later, the Sheriff's Office enlisted the help from a private laboratory called Parabon, which specializes in DNA phenotyping. Also in your packet, you have contact information for Parabon and their media person, Paula Armentrout. Any questions regarding Parabon should be directed towards them. Detectives from the Sheriff's Office, along with Parabon, continue to investigate the genealogical side of this case and search public genealogy databases in the effort to narrow down the scope of the DNA profile, and subsequently built a family tree that eventually led to this individual from that DNA profile that was found within that crime scene. This work took an extraordinary amount of effort and a significant amount of time to locate this offender. And it's through this effort that approximately a week ago, a solid lead was identified using this unique profile, and with the continued investigative techniques that they were using, that led us to make this announcement today. We were also able to confirm through cell phone records and other evidence that he was in the area of the crime on the day of the murders. Also, a vehicle was stolen from that residence, which was later recovered in Chicago on North Stockton Street in Lincoln Park, which is just a short distance from where the offender lived on Wells Street in Chicago. I would like to thank the Cincinnati Police Department, specifically Chief Isaac, Lieutenant Dave Johnston, Sergeant Eric Vogelpol, Detective Sandy Sieving, Bob Randolph, Dave Gregory, and Greg Gehring, along with the Hamilton County Coroner's Office and their serologist Joan Burke, criminalist Don Whirling, for their assistance in apprehending this individual. I can't express the amount of gratitude and the extraordinary efforts of the exemplary officers and detectives from your agency. They went above and beyond in helping us with surveillance, and which led to the ultimate apprehension of this individual. Again, thank you, Cincinnati. We'd like to thank all the members of the DeKalb County Major Case Squad. DeKalb Police Commander Bob Riddell, thank you so much for everything you did leading this investigation. Sycamore Deputy Chief Mike Anderson, retired Sheriff's Detective Sergeant Brad Carls, the DeKalb County State's Attorney Rick Amato, First Assistant Stephanie Klein, and the rest of your office. DeKalb County Coroner Dennis Miller, Parabon Nanolabs, the DeKalb, Sycamore, NIU, and Sandwich Police Departments, the Federal Bureau of Investigation, the Illinois State Crime Lab, the Illinois State Police, the Cook County Sheriff's Police, and the Chicago Police Department. And to all the members of the Sheriff's Office who worked on this case from the beginning, from the detectives to the first patrol deputy on the scene. Thank you. All of our detectives from the Sheriff's Office, John Holliday, Josh Deaning, Jeremy Grubbs, Jackie Lane, Grant Erickson, Alex Becker, Detective Sergeant Dave Aranda, and retired Detective Lindy Bauman. Everyone continued to show perseverance, and they never gave up on this case or for seeking justice for the Wilson family. During this investigation, countless hours have been spent continually working to bring this person to justice for their horrific and unprovoked act of violence. And for that, Sheriff Scott, myself, and the entire DeKalb County Sheriff's Office are truly grateful. Our hearts and prayers remain with the members of the Wilson family. They've remained patient and have given their unwavering support to the Sheriff's Office throughout this entire ongoing and complex investigation. We hope now that they might be able to start with the healing process as we hold Jonathan Hurst accountable for the murders of Robert and Patricia Wilson. This is still an active investigation, and we have information regarding Crime Stoppers. If people have more information, now that we've given this information, we urge you to call the Sheriff's Office. We urge you to call Crime Stoppers at 815-895-3272. You can also email Crime Stoppers at crimestoppers@dekalbcounty.org. And the Sheriff's Office can be contacted at 815-895-2155. You can ask to speak to a detective. I'm going to introduce State Attorney Rick Amato.